and welcome to episode 3 of Halifax Redux. We are back, and we're into the third season, technically the second full season, and we're only 4 games in. But basically, last season we did the treble, we did the Canadian Premier League, we did the Canadian Championship, and we did the North American League, which is called the CONCACAF League now. And we won all 3 of them, which was absolutely fantastic. So I managed to make a couple of decent sign-ins, which we're going to go into, and I really had high hopes for how we do in this year's Champions League, but guess what? Didn't go very well. Okay, first thing we're going to get into is the actual transfers, and first on the list is Amel Knight. That was a mistake as a goalkeeper. He has since gone again. He's no longer with us. Then we've got Tyler Pasha. Tyler Pasha came in on a free. He actually came in to be more of a backup left back than anything else, because we're a little bit lacking back there, plus couldn't sign any more foreign players. And unfortunately we lost Kanumbe. He did not want to stay, so fair enough. But in pre-season, he played up front and scored 7 in 6 appearances. Well, 6 starts, actually, 2 subs, but also got 2 assists and average rating 7.45. So, obviously, pre-season's going to be a lot easier than the main season, but he's an option up front. But yeah, he's not done too badly. Next to him, and this is the signing I'm most proud of, and this is where all our 195 grand, is a young Mexican. I say young, he's 25. He's not ridiculously young, but as you can see, he has some skills. Look at his tackling. Look at his long shots. Look at his first touch. He's very, very good. I was very happy with him. But I'll tell you what. I mean, he was pretty good in pre-season. He wasn't very good in the Champions League, to be fair. We only played 2 games, which was the first round. Which is a 2-legged affair, if you know what I mean. So the first round, which is 2 legs, that's all we played. And he was horrible. He's basically the replacement for Sissoko. Ultimately, but obviously Sissoko is still here. But yeah, he's not really lived up to how good I'd hope he'd be. I mean, he's not bad, don't get me wrong, but still. Beyond that, we've got Brandon Chan. He's a 16-year-old Mexican. He's coming as a development player, as you can see. Decent mentals, or certainly some beginnings there, and a decent high natural fitness. But as you can see, he's on the up, he's on the improvement, so he is a development player. I'm hoping by the time he reaches 18, he will be considered Canadian. And possibly homegrown. I think that's right, after 3 years. But anyway, that's Brandon Chan. Next we have Sebastian Brazer. You possibly remember him. He became my first choice goalkeeper in the original save. Well, we've brought him in as a backup goalkeeper, basically, on loan. The other goalkeeper situation didn't work out. And like I say, we needed a backup because obviously the Ox has gone. And Sebastian Brazer was it, but he hasn't yet. I mean, he played a few games obviously in pre-season, but he hasn't yet broken into the first team in the league. At the moment, he's still being kept out by Carducci. So we'll see how long that goes for. And then next we got Zhang Yu, who came in from Beijing on a free. 16-year-old Chinese lad. Again, coming as a development player. I liked his determination, his teamwork, and his passing. Obviously, there's still some development to be done there. But he is only 16 and already managed 2 international caps. So could be the best Chinese player ever. Who knows? Probably not, but we'll see. But yeah, so he's brought in, like I say, as another development player. Part of the reason being, we've had our first youth intake, but it was so bad I didn't sign any. So we don't actually still have an under 18s team. So they were just horrible. They were like so bad that I didn't sign a single one. So yeah, those 2 young men we have are part of the main squad, technically. So, after him, we got, last but not least, Sean Jeffries from Colorado Rush. He's a centre-half, and again, he's Canadian, but he's a young lad, and he's got some potential. Okay physicals, decent decisions, determination could be higher, but we'll see. Like I say, yet another development player, just because we don't have any. And as for players going out, I already mentioned Oxen has gone. They all went to Cavalry. Malcolm Roberts went on a free. You remember I brought him in the first season as an additional centre-half, and he didn't do too bad for us. Certainly in his first season, but he struggled to get into the team last season, and as a result, we sold him on. Well, sold him on. We let him go on a free. Oxner joined him, albeit on loan, but Cavalry were pushing for it, and they paid us money, so we'll take it. But the Ox looks like he's not necessarily having the best time. He's managed a clean sheet, so maybe it's not been horrible for him, but still. We also have Daniel Kanumbe, who I couldn't basically convince to stay, but as it is, he's, ultimately maybe not as good as Armando Escobar. We'll see. But yeah, those are the transfers. So yeah, next up, let's have a look at how we did in the Champions League. It was horrible. It was horrible. We were knocked out in the first round by CD Guadalajara, a.k.a. Chivas. We haven't quite reached the final yet. The semi has been played. And the final is Chivas against New York City FC. So Chivas, of course, the team that knocked us out in the first round, they are in the final. So I actually feel better about it now. But it was, yeah, it was not the greatest of showings, it has to be said. We won the home leg 1-0, but they beat us 3-0 away. So it just wasn't to be, basically. Obviously, we played slightly better at home, but not enough to overcome a 3-goal deficit. And that was us out. But like I say, they are in the final, so I'm going to be interested to see if they actually win it. Because if they do, I'll feel a lot better that we got knocked out by the winners. So not a bad situation. Obviously, if we take a look at the Canadian Premier League, we are top, which is fairly unsurprising. As far as the Canadian Premier League goes, we're very, very dominant. As you can see, we are top after winning all 4 of our matches, and we got a goal difference of plus 12, and we have 12 points. So if I take you over to the schedule, and we will just look at Canadian Premier League, because we haven't started anything else yet. It's a sea of green. We haven't even conceded a goal. Not even conceded a goal yet. So that's how good it's been. First game of the season at home to at home to Valor FC. Valor were a pretty strong team last season and beat us a couple of times, as memory serves, and we smashed them 6-0, which was stunning to see. They only managed 4 shots. We then then went away to Cavalry and beat them 1-0, albeit via a penalty. Certainly the stronger side, has to be said. Then you got a 3-0 home win against Forge. Same sort of situation. We were very much the stronger side. Very much the aggressor, shall we say, and they barely got a shot on. So we are doing the whole aggressive and clinical and also quiet and impenetrable at the back. So that's pretty good. And then, of course, last match was York F9. Theo Bear and Sean Hundle scoring. And like I say, just smashing it. Just absolutely smashing it. I mean, they managed 2 shots with 2 on targets, which, you know, that can cost you a goal at any time, let's face it. But we have been smashing out the park. Obviously using the narrow 4-3-3 that I've been using since I started this version to save. But today's game, because we are going to play a game, is against Atletico Ottawa, and we are away against them. They're currently 4th in the Canadian Premier League. So they're having a bit of a mixed bag, I would say, to start. Looks like they've conceded a lot of goals, though, bless them. So compared to us who haven't conceded. In fact, they've conceded as many as we've scored. What's that telling us? So it's fair to say I think we're favourites for that one. Okay, so this is how we line up for the away match at Atletico Ottawa. In goal, it's Carducci. A back 4 of Escobar, Didic, Aguirre and Straith. Defensive midfield, Zaldivar. Central midfield, Marshall and Ochoa. Attacking central midfield, Bustos. And up front, it is Garcia and Bear. And everybody's looking good. Bustos is building up his match sharpness, as is Carducci. Carducci, of course, injured for a little while there, which is why... Oh, no, that's right. Maybe he wasn't injured. But anyway, as you can see, we've got a few players who need a bit of help with that. So we will be getting into that, but not in this match, because I intend to win this one. Oh, yes. Pretty much a solid side at this point. I want to use the phrase Juventus of the Canadian Premier League, but that's maybe a little strong just yet. But yeah, let's carry on where we left off last match and see if we can... Who do you think win Canadian Premier League title this season? Well, us, obviously. Who else? There's nobody else. Why have you picked your own team? You seem confident. We've got everything it takes. And we've done it before. Twice. So yeah, Atletico Ottawa's form, not the most fantastic, although they did win their last match. Us, on the other hand, it's the sea of green, and everything is fine. I don't think we've got any injury issues, actually. We've pretty much got all of our first choice players available. So let's take that kick-off. I will go, as always, full match, and just see how we're getting on. Halifax in the black. Their away kit. Escobar finds Marshall. Zaldivar. Escobar looking to get a cross in. It's a little bit deep. Dedic brings it forward. Zaldivar, Bustos, Ochoa. Very patient. Looking for an opening here. Zaldivar puts it out wide. Finds Escobar. Escobar goes past his man or tries to. But Acuna tackles him. And it's a throw in from Straith. Marshall with a flick on. But it is clear. But only as far as Zaldivar. He goes through his men. Puts it out wide. Escobar looking to get a cross in. But he has forced a corner. I am going to give him some encouragement. Garcia to take it. Oh my goodness. Didic looked like he flicked it on, but it came to nothing. We're pretty dominant here after 5 minutes. I am going to go on to key highlights, which may be a bit early. But, like I say, we're looking pretty solid. Escobar on a run. Very quick individual. Garcia. Escobar again with the cross. There. Not necessarily in the best position. Ochoa, Escobar again. Keeps it in. Forces a corner. Good work. We're 5 minutes, nearly 6 minutes in. Garcia to take the corner. And Didic. Amar Didic. It's his second goal of the season. Nods it in from the near post. Didic, of course, signed at the very start. And has continued to play a regular role for us. Apart from anything else. He's a big old lad at 6'4". But yeah, he's done alright. He's had 2 caps for the national team. I personally think he's worthy of more. Escobar. Zaldivar finds Bustos. Zaldivar on the ball again. This time coming forward, maybe looking to try and create something. Keeps hold of the ball, even though he's challenged. Bear on the other hand. Lets it go too easy. Zaldivar again. Maybe trying to create something. Marshall. Bustos. Ochoa. Bustos. Garcia. Escobar. Cuts in. Tries a little chip. Bear. Just wide. So close. So we've had 4 shots and 1 on target today. None and none. So we are the dominant team. But as yet, we have yet to hit the back of the net. I'm going to demand more this time. See if that gets them fired up. Well, it did not. Bustos didn't like that at all, did he? Sabelli. And John isn't doing very well for them. Corner again. Garcia to take it. Didic. That's his second goal of the game. Again, same set piece. But we will take it. Just gets it in there. All 6'4" of him. He's doubled his tally. Good job. And it's half time. Atletico Ottawa 0. Halifax Wanderers 2. They have had 2 shots, but none of them on target. But we've had 11 and 3. I managed to score 2 of them. So, admittedly, they're both from corners. But, yeah, we're doing well. Is there anybody who looks questionable at the moment? I think everybody's doing just fine. So we shall start the second half. Let's give them some encouragement this time. Oh, they didn't like that. They were all motivated until I encouraged them. Must remember, do not encourage unless they're having a poor time. If they're having a good time, demand more. Nope, they didn't like that either. And we've got an injury. It's Marco Bustos. So what we're going to do is... yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll bring on Oliver. No, we won't. We're going to take off Bustos and we're going to bring on Louis Belland-Goyet. And we're going to swap him with Alex Marshall. Because Marshall will make a much better shadow striker. And we are back at it. 70 minutes. We're going to bring on Atakara for Escobar. Zaldivar could do with the... yeah, Marshall's tired too. And I've just put him up front. So, yeah, but we can't play Oliver. It's 80 minutes. I don't know why I'm worrying too much about this at this point, but still. I guess I'm trying to protect Zaldivar's fitness. Abubakar Sissoko comes back on. And we are off. Interesting enough, actually, one other change I should make is swap Straith and Atacora around. There we go. Even things out a bit. Straith doesn't necessarily like being left back, but he likes it more than Atacora. Sorry, right back, but he likes it more than Atacora. 15 shots, 7 on target. We're 2-0 up. And I haven't hit play. There we go. 8 minutes. Marshall's knackered. Ochoa's knackered. York 9 are drawing currently with Edmonton. Forge gone 1-0 up against Cavalry. It's 94th minute and it's all over. 3 points to Halifax. Decent performance from Garcia. Marshall. Zaldivar played well. But yeah, best performer, Akeem Garcia. Very good. Very happy with that. Okay, well after that fabulous victory, wasn't that strong I know, but still, we won. We didn't concede any goals. That puts us on 7 straight wins in the league. So obviously, beating Ottawa, York 9, Forge, Cavalry, Valor, Pacific, and Cavalry again. Just smashing everybody. It's been brilliant. No question about it. So yeah, like I say, very much a dominant team. Top in the Canadian Premier League. We don't have anything else to talk about really until later on, because obviously the Championship. Champions League is already gone, as you know. That was a bit of a shit show. The CONCACAF League, that doesn't start till later either. So much so, it doesn't even appear in the fixtures. But it does finish like a month after the end of the season as well. So you do end up having to train for a few extra weeks for your guys to keep them sharp for it. But yeah, it was good to get there. You obviously saw it. First game of the Canadian Championship qualifying will be against Vaughan Azzurri. They are in the League One Ontario. And yeah, we'll be fine, I'm sure. They're actually our affiliate, interestingly enough. We do every now and again send them players, or the plan was to send them players on loan. As you know, we haven't had too many players to send out on loan. And as I'm going to be playing them in the Canadian Championship, I'm probably not going to send them any players until afterwards. But nevertheless, that's who we're up against. So, like I say, it's early days in the season, but I feel very strongly that we're going to win the Premier League again. I'm still trying to build on that and obviously improve things, but I'm hoping for a much, much better youth intake this time, because we do need to improve on that side of things and start developing players as well, because this is a long-term project. But like I say, we're dominant as heck in the Canadian Premier League, and that's an excellent place to start. And we've won everything we've been in, except for the Champions League. Did better last year, didn't do as well this year, but like I say, the team that knocks out are in the final, so I will let you know how they do. In the meantime, I've been avoiding relegation. This has been Halifax Redux. Thank you very much for watching.